The starting point of all achievement is desire. Keep this constantly in mind. These are not just words, they are the spark, the ignition switch to a life far beyond the limits you've accepted. Desire is not a wish, it is a fire, a living, breathing force buried inside you, waiting for permission to burn. And yet, how many of us silence that fire? How many dim our light because the world taught us to be realistic? You know what you want. You felt it in the quiet of the night, in the pit of your stomach, in the ache of your heart. A life with purpose, a career that excites you, a body that feels alive, relationships that bring you home to yourself. But desire without action is a slow death. It becomes torment, lingering in the background while your life plays on repeat. We procrastinate. We hesitate. We wait for signs, motivation, approval, when what we really need is courage. Imagine watching the life you could have had pass you by, not because it was out of reach, but because you didn't move. Every time you say, maybe later, your dream takes one step further away. Every delay feeds the voice that says you're not ready. And yet deep down, you are ready. Not perfectly prepared, but willing. Willing is enough to begin. The truth is, your desire is divine. It's the voice of your future self calling you forward, begging you to listen. Desire is not random. It's not foolish. It's the blueprint your soul carries, the proof that your dream belongs to you. But if you don't protect it, feed it, pursue it, it fades. And one day you wake up wondering where your fire went. Regret doesn't come from failure. It comes from never trying. It comes from watching your potential collect dust. Time is not your enemy, but your silence is. Your inaction is. Your self-doubt is. The clock is ticking, but your heart is louder if you let it speak, if you dare to act. So ask yourself, what do you truly desire? Not what's safe, not what's expected, but what sets your soul on fire. Now, ask a better question. What are you willing to do about it, today, right now, without waiting for the perfect moment? Because every great life begins the same way, not with a plan, but with a burning desire and a decision to begin. The need for change is urgent. Desire alone isn't enough. It's the fuel, but action is the engine that moves us forward. Think of Napoleon Hill himself, who turned his burning desire for success into a legacy that inspires millions, proving that recognizing and acting on inner drive is the first step. Without nurturing that desire into momentum, it fades like a forgotten flame, leaving us in the dark. Now, let's confront the real barriers. Why aren't you taking action when your desires are so clear? One major pitfall is waiting for the perfect moment of motivation, as if it will magically appear like a bolt of lightning. But Hill reminds us that desire itself is the initial motivation. Relying on fleeting feelings only dilutes its power. Picture someone dreaming of launching a business, yet they postpone it indefinitely, hoping for that elusive right time. This delay erodes desire, turning vibrant aspirations into vague wishes that never materialize. Indecisiveness is another thief, paralyzing us even when we know what we want. Desire without a firm decision is like a car without an engine, full of potential but stuck in place. Fear of choosing the wrong path keeps us frozen, but keeping desire constantly in mind means making bold choices to protect it. For instance, an artist might hesitate between two career paths, letting indecision snuff out their creative fire. Fear and uncertainty compound the problem, casting long shadows over our desires and leading to inevitable defeat. That aspiring writer, terrified of rejection, shelves their manuscript, allowing anxiety to win the battle. These emotions are natural, but they must not dominate. Hill's maxim teaches us that desire should be the guiding force, not fear. Overcoming this requires remembering that desire is the antidote, a constant reminder to push through the haze of doubt. The solution lies in immediate action, where desire transforms from a whisper into a roar. Even a small step, like that first walk toward a fitness goal, creates momentum and energy, building on Hill's spark. Action is the fuel that ignites desire, turning hesitation into progress and generating positive feedback loops. Don't wait for perfection. As Hill said, desire is the starting point, but action makes it real. Building decisiveness is crucial. Make clear, firm decisions without delay to honor your inner drive. Try this. Set a 5-minute timer to decide on a goal, keeping desire constantly in mind to prevent overanalysis. It's like watering a seed. Your desire needs action to grow and flourish. Practicing that first step is transformative. Start small, right now, whether it's jotting down a plan or making a call. In this moment, let your desire prove itself. Take one simple task and watch it snowball into achievement. Overcoming hesitation and fear begins with facing them head on, using desire as your shield. Action erodes fear faster than endless preparation ever could, with desire as the guiding light. Visualize your end goal, as Hill suggested, to overpower doubts and keep that starting point alive. Think of athletes who channel their desire for victory to push through performance anxiety, turning nerves into fuel. Each step you take diminishes the hold of fear, proving that desire can conquer what seems insurmountable. Learning through failure is essential. It's not the end, but a vital opportunity when desire remains strong. Hill believed that desire sustains us through setbacks, turning them into lessons that refine our path. Reframe failures as data points, allowing them to strengthen your resolve and keep desire burning bright. Consider the story of an entrepreneur who persisted through bankruptcies, their unwavering desire leading to eventual success. Cultivating self-discipline is the next vital step, with desire as its foundation and the true key to lasting progress. Discipline isn't about fleeting emotion. It's the engine that protects and amplifies your desires, as Hill implied. Without it, desire wanes, but with daily routines aligned to your goals, it stays constantly in mind. Building positive habits, like waking up early or tackling tasks consistently, ensures your desire translates into action. Habit stacking, pairing a new activity with an existing one, makes this practical, keeping your focus sharp. For example, link your desire for learning to your morning coffee routine, turning it into a daily ritual. Developing a clear vision and goals is where desire meets direction, amplifying its power for sustained action. Crystal clear goals turn vague desires into a roadmap, with Hill's quote reminding us that specificity fuels motivation. Break down your desire for financial independence into milestones, like saving a set amount each month, to keep the momentum going. Without goals, desire is just a dream. With them, it becomes a powerful force guiding your every step. Next, define specific, actionable steps. Use SMART goals infused with your personal desire to make them achievable. Regularly revisit and adjust these goals to keep desire constantly in mind, ensuring continuous forward movement. For instance, if your desire is personal growth, set a goal to read one book a month and track your progress. This clarity not only sustains motivation, but transforms desire into measurable achievements. As we wrap up, remember that the core idea from Hill is timeless. The starting point of all achievement is desire, but it's your actions that turn that desire into reality. Motivation doesn't precede action. It follows it, built through the decisions, discipline, and goals we've discussed. Desire is the spark, but nurturing it with consistent effort is what creates lasting change. You've now seen how to combat procrastination, embrace failure, and build habits that honor your inner drive. So, don't wait another moment. Identify your strongest desire right now and take that first, bold step. Whether it's writing a plan, reaching out to a mentor, or simply deciding on your next move, let action speak. Keep Hill's words close. Keep this constantly in mind, and watch as your desires unfold into remarkable achievements. Imagine the person you'll become, fueled by this unshakable truth, rising above every obstacle. Today is your starting point. Seize it with the desire that defines you. Remember, the journey begins within, and with desire as your guide, there's no limit to what you can achieve. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Keep this constantly in mind. Napoleon Hill's words echo through the ages, reminding us that every great success begins with that burning spark within. Imagine standing at the edge of your potential, knowing what you want but feeling stuck in a fog of hesitation. Procrastination creeps in like a thief, stealing your dreams before they even take shape. You've felt it, that career goal slipping away because you waited for the perfect moment that never comes. Or personal growth stalling as doubt whispers that you're not ready yet. But Hill teaches us that ignoring this desire allows external forces to dominate, turning your inner fire into ashes of regret. What if your deepest desires were the key to unlocking your untapped potential? It's time to recognize that desire isn't just a fleeting emotion. It's the decisive factor for success. Without action, it fades like a forgotten dream. Think of Napoleon Hill himself, who turned his desire for knowledge into a legacy that inspires millions. He didn't wait for motivation. He acted on his desire, and that's where change begins. Now, let's explore why so many of us fail to take that first step, even when desire burns bright. Waiting for motivation is a trap that ignores Hill's core philosophy. You might dream of starting a business, but if you keep waiting to feel ready, that desire erodes into nothing. It's like planting a seed and never watering it. The potential exists, but without action, it withers. This mindset turns strong desires into mere wishful thinking, leaving you stagnant. Failure to decide is another barrier, paralyzing even the clearest visions. Hill reminds us that desire without decision is like a car without an engine, full of potential, but going nowhere. Picture someone torn between two paths, fearing the wrong choice, and watching their desire dim as indecision takes hold. Keeping desire constantly in mind means making firm choices to protect it from this paralysis. Fear and uncertainty amplify the problem, overshadowing that initial spark. The aspiring writer, for instance, desires success but hesitates due to rejection fears, allowing anxiety to win. These emotions are natural, but Hill's maxim shows they can be overcome. Desire must be the dominant force. If you let fear rule, defeat is inevitable, but remembering the quote reignites your resolve. So, how do we shift from this inertia to empowerment? The solution lies in immediate action. The power of action turns desire into momentum, even if it's imperfect at first. Hill's quote tells us desire is the spark, but action is the fuel that ignites it into a roaring fire. Take that first step in your fitness goal, like a short walk, and feel how it generates positive energy. This creates feedback loops where progress builds on itself, turning hesitation into steady advancement. Building decisiveness honors your desire and amplifies it without delay. Try setting a 5-minute timer to decide on a goal. It's a simple way to keep desire constantly in mind. Like a seed needing water to grow, your desire requires decisive action to flourish. Practicing the first step means acting now, not waiting for ideal conditions. Your desire is the starting point, so let your first action prove it, as Hill advised. During this very moment, write down one desired outcome and take a single step toward it. Overcoming hesitation and fear is next, and action is your greatest weapon. Facing fear head on erodes it faster than endless preparation ever could, with desire as your guide. Visualize your end goal, keeping Hill's words in mind, and watch doubts fade. Athletes who desire victory use this technique to push through performance anxiety, turning fear into fuel. Learning through failure becomes a vital opportunity when desire remains strong. Hill believed that desire sustains us through setbacks, transforming them into lessons for growth. Reframe failures as data points that refine your desires, making you stronger each time. Consider the story of an entrepreneur who persisted through multiple failures, fueled by unwavering desire, and achieved greatness. Now, cultivating self-discipline ties back to desire as its foundation. Discipline is the true key to success, not fleeting emotions, with desire as the sustaining force. Hill's quote implies that desire must be protected through daily discipline, like consistent routines aligned with your goals. Building positive habits ensures your desire doesn't fade. For example, waking up early to tackle important tasks. Habit stacking, such as pairing a desired activity with your morning routine, keeps desire constantly in mind. These habits create momentum, turning your initial spark into a steady flame. Developing clear vision and goals amplifies desire's power, directing it toward tangible outcomes. Goals act as motivation, with desire as the emotional core, making vague wishes into a clear roadmap. Break your desire for financial independence into specific milestones, and watch how clarity fuels your drive. Without goals, desire is aimless, but with them, it becomes a powerful force, as Hill envisioned. Define specific goals and break them down into actionable steps to maintain forward movement. Use SMART goals infused with your personal desire, regularly revisiting them to keep that starting point alive. For instance, if your desire is career advancement, set measurable steps like networking twice a week. This practice ensures desire isn't just a starting point, but a constant companion on your journey. Finally, let's wrap this up by reaffirming the core idea. Motivation follows action, not the other way around, and Hill's quote captures it perfectly. The starting point of all achievement is desire, but it's your actions that turn that desire into reality. Remember the key takeaways. Nurture desire through decision, discipline, and clear goals. So, I urge you to start today. Identify your strongest desire and take that first action right now, whether it's making a phone call or writing a plan. Keep this constantly in mind and watch as your achievements unfold, transforming your life in ways you never imagined. The starting point of all achievement is desire. Keep this constantly in mind, as Napoleon Hill wisely stated, and let that truth ignite your journey today. Imagine standing at the edge of your potential, where every dream you've ever had waits to be unleashed. Procrastination often creeps in like a thief, stealing the momentum from your deepest desires. You know what you want: a better career, stronger relationships, or personal growth, but without action, it remains a distant fantasy. This hesitation stems from unharnessed desire, allowing doubt and distractions to take control. Think of the regret that builds when you ignore that inner drive, watching opportunities slip away like sand through your fingers. It's time to recognize that desire isn't just a feeling. It's the spark that demands action. Consider Napoleon Hill himself, who turned his desire for success into a legacy through relentless pursuit. His story shows that change begins when you keep desire constantly in mind, transforming it into unstoppable force. Now, let's explore why so many people fail to act on their desires even when they feel that burning urge deep inside. Waiting for the perfect moment of motivation is a common trap, but as Hill reminds us, desire itself is the initial motivation you need. Picture someone dreaming of starting a business, yet they pause, waiting for inspiration to strike like lightning. That delay erodes your desire, turning vibrant dreams into faded wishes that never materialize. Failure to decide is another barrier where indecision paralyzes even the strongest desires. Without a firm choice, your desire is like a car without an engine, full of potential but stuck in place. Fear of making the wrong decision can hold you back, but keeping desire constantly in mind means committing boldly. For instance, an aspiring artist might hesitate between paths, letting doubt overshadow their passion. Fear and uncertainty amplify this paralysis, with worries about failure looming large over your desires. An aspiring writer, fueled by desire for success, might freeze at the thought of rejection, halting their progress. These emotions are natural, but they must not dominate. Instead, let desire be the force that pushes you forward. Remember Hill's words, "The starting point of all achievement is desire," and use it to confront these fears head on. The solution lies in immediate action, where desire transforms from a whisper into a roar. Taking that first step, no matter how small, builds momentum and energy, proving that desire is your true spark. For example, if your desire is to get fit, start with a simple walk. Action fuels the fire Hill described. This creates positive feedback loops where each step reinforces your desire, turning hesitation into steady progress. Building decisiveness is key. Make clear choices without delay to honor your inner drive. Try this. Set a 5-minute timer to decide on your next goal, keeping desire constantly in mind to avoid overanalysis. Like a seed needing water to grow, your desire requires the nourishment of quick decisions. Practicing the first step means acting now, not waiting for ideal conditions that may never come. Right now, identify one desired outcome and take a single action toward it. Write it down or make a call. As Hill said, your desire is the starting point, so let your first action prove its power. Overcoming hesitation and fear is where true resilience begins, with desire as your guiding light. Action erodes fear faster than endless planning. Each step you take diminishes the shadows of doubt. Visualize your end goal, keeping desire constantly in mind to overpower those nagging uncertainties. Think of athletes who desire victory. They face performance anxiety, but push through with focused action. Learning through failure is essential, as setbacks become stepping stones when desire remains strong. Hill believed that desire sustains you through tough times, turning failures into valuable lessons. Reframe each mistake as a data point that refines your path, ensuring your desire leads to mastery. For instance, an entrepreneur who faced business failures used that desire to pivot and succeed. Cultivating self-discipline is the next vital step with desire as its unbreakable foundation. Discipline is the engine of progress, not fleeting emotions, and it protects your desire from fading away. As Hill implied, keeping desire constantly in mind means building routines that align with your goals. Start with simple habits, like dedicating time each day to your passion to maintain that inner fire. Building positive habits ensures steady momentum. For example, wake up early to work on what you desire most. Habit stacking can help. Pair a new action with an existing routine, like reviewing your goals during breakfast. This practice keeps desire alive, preventing it from being overshadowed by daily distractions. Developing a clear vision and goals amplifies your desire, turning it into a precise roadmap for success. Goals provide direction, with desire as the emotional core that sustains your efforts. Without clear goals, Desire is vague, but with them, it becomes a powerful motivator, as Hill taught. Break your desires into milestones, like turning a dream of financial independence into specific targets. This clarity fuels ongoing motivation, making each step feel purposeful and aligned with your vision. Next, define your goals using a step-by-step approach to maintain continuous forward movement. Start with SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, to infuse your desire with structure. For example, if your desire is career advancement, set a goal to learn a new skill within 3 months. Regularly revisit and adjust these goals, keeping desire constantly in mind to adapt to challenges. This process ensures your actions are intentional, transforming desire into tangible achievements. As we wrap up, remember that motivation follows action, not the other way around. Hill's quote encapsulates it all. The starting point of all achievement is desire, but it's your actions that turn that desire into reality. We've covered the barriers, the solutions, and the steps to nurture your inner drive. Desire is your catalyst, but discipline, decisiveness, and clear goals keep it burning bright. Now, it's your turn to act. Don't let another day pass in hesitation. Identify your strongest desire right now and take that first, small step toward it. Whether it's making a phone call, writing a plan, or simply deciding on your path, do it today. Keep Hill's wisdom close. Keep this constantly in mind, and watch as your achievements begin to unfold. Your potential is limitless when desire leads the way. Embrace the power within you and let it propel you forward. Remember, every great success story started with a single, desire-fueled action. You're not alone in this journey. Millions have transformed their lives by heeding this truth. So, rise up, take control, and make your desires the foundation of your triumphs. The world is waiting for what you can achieve. Start now, and never look back. In the end, it's not about waiting for the perfect time. It's about making time perfect through your desire and action.